Have you ever wondered why trading in Adopt Me feels so much harder than it used to? Why do some pets suddenly lose almost all of their value? Why are new pets sometimes considered bad just a few weeks after they were released? And most importantly, why does it feel like you need to know a whole economy just to trade a virtual pet? Well, I think Adopt Me has a pretty big problem, and it's not just scammers. It's bots, the value system, and the way these two things can affect the entire trading economy. Let's start with bots. If you've been playing Adopt Me for a while, you've probably heard about bot accounts or bot servers. Basically, these accounts can be used to collect a huge amount of pets and items, sometimes much faster than normal players ever could. And that's already a problem, because imagine you're a normal player, a new pet comes out and you really like it. You want to trade for it, so you start saving your pets and items. But meanwhile, there can be accounts getting huge amount of that same pet, and suddenly the pet isn't nearly as rare as it seemed when it was released. This is where things start getting interesting. Because in Adopt Me, rarity isn't the only thing that matters. Supply and demand matter too. If a pet is difficult to get and not many people will own it, people are usually willing to trade a lot for it. But if thousands of the same pet enter the game, the supply goes up. And when the supply goes up, the value can go down. So imagine this. A new legendary pet releases. Everyone wants it. People are trading really good pets for it. But the more and more of them enter the game, suddenly people don't want to give as much for it anymore. And eventually players start saying, that pet has no value. But the pet itself didn't change. It's still the exact same pet. The economy around it changed. And this brings me to another huge part of Adopt Me's trading economy. Value lists. Value lists can be really useful, especially if you're new to trading and have absolutely no idea what something is worth. But there's also a downside, because these values aren't official Adopt Me prices. Adopt Me doesn't tell you, this pet is worth 12 points. The economy does. And once enough people start using the same value lists, those numbers can almost become an unofficial currency. People don't always ask, do I like this pet? They ask, is this a win? And honestly, I think that's kind of sad. Because at the end of the day, it's a pet game. Sometimes it feels like people don't even care about the pets anymore. They care about upgrading, they care about profit, they care about getting a better inventory, and they care about whether a trade is a win, fair, or a lose. You can literally see someone offer a pet they really like and then decline because a website says they're losing by a tiny amount. And I'm not saying value lists are completely bad. They are useful. But I think we've reached a point where some players rely on them way too much. And this is where I think the real problem starts. Because bots and values aren't completely separate problems. They can affect each other. More bots can mean more copies of a certain pet entering the game. More copies can mean changes in supply and demand. That can affect the perceived value of the pet, and then players react to those values. So you get this cycle. Bots means more pets, means changing supply, means changing values, means players changing what they want, means more trading pressure. And normal players are caught in the middle. This also explains something I've noticed with newer pets. Sometimes a pet releases and everyone is insanely excited. Everyone wants it. People are offering amazing pets for it. And then, not that long later, the hype disappears. The pet becomes much easier to get. And suddenly people say, it's not worth anything anymore. But was the pet actually bad? Not necessary. It just became less desirable and more common. And when the community decides that pet isn't valuable anymore, it can become really difficult to trade it, even if you personally love it. Now, obviously, I don't think this is an easy problem to solve. Roblox and Adopt Me have millions of players, and detecting bots isn't as simple as just banning every account that plays a lot. There are real players who grind for hours. So I don't think Adopt Me can just completely eliminate those bots overnight. But I do think they could keep improving bot detection and make automated farming much harder. And maybe the bigger question is, should the trading economy be this dependent on community created values in the first place? Because as long as players treat these numbers like their official prices, they're going to have a huge influence on the game. I also want to say that I always see people hating on Adopt Me, no matter what they do and no matter what update they bring out. They always have to complain about something, and there's always something that Adopt Me did wrong. And I want to say that they absolutely can't really do anything. It's Roblox that has to do something, but they probably won't, because it makes money. They get money from these players, even from the bots, and so they are probably not gonna solve the problem, because why would they? They get the money. I think we should be thankful for all the updates Adopt Me has given us in the past couple of years, and we shouldn't complain that much because they put so much work into the updates. I mean, of course, not everyone can do everything right. Anyways, let's get back to the topic. And that's why I don't think the problem is simply bots are bad. It's bigger than that. Adopt Me has created an entire trading economy around rarity, demand, values, and profit. And when something disrupts one part of that economy, it can affect everything else. For new players, this can be especially confusing. You join Adopt Me because you want cute pets. Then suddenly, someone is talking about values, demand, overpays, underpays, profit rates, and you're just sitting there thinking, I just wanted a dog. So, do I think Adopt Me is ruined? No. I still love the game, and I don't think trading values or lists need to disappear. But I do think the trading economy has become a much bigger part of Adopt Me than it probably should be. Bots can affect the supply of pets. Values can influence what players consider good. And together, these things can make trading feel less about the pets you actually like and more about numbers. And maybe that's the real problem with Adopt Me. We started playing for the pets, and somewhere along the way, we started playing for their value. What do you think? Do you think bots are actually affecting Adopt Me's economy? Or do you think the value system is the bigger problem? Let me know in the comments. I also want to mention that a lot of people are using happy values. I mean, this is a good concept in my opinion. It's just that if you want to get a cow, for example, because you love cows, it still has the value, and most people do use the values. So you won't be able to get it from just happy values. At least that's pretty unlikely to happen. But I think it's a good concept for easier to get pets or lower value randoms, because I also really use it a lot. For example, if I want to collect some cute megas, I tend to overpay a lot because I just don't care. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video and this could help you a little bit. Please let me know your opinions down in the comments below. I'd love to read your opinions on this topic. I think it's a pretty serious topic and we should talk about this more. And thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe so we can hopefully reach 1000 subscribers soon. I'm also gonna be doing a Q&A as a special video and also a giveaway. And I would be so happy if some of you can comment some questions for the Q&A down below. I've already gotten a lot of questions and I want to thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great day and see you in the next video. Bye!